So let's try this again, guys, because YouTube flagged my other video that I did on illegal immigration and all of the rioting that's going on in LA and in other states. So I'm going to do it again and again until they leave me alone. Now, let me put you guys on some game. Now, you think that the U.S. is brutal when it comes to immigration and deportation? Baby, we look like Girl Scouts compared to how other countries handle illegal immigrants. In Saudi Arabia, well, you're detained or deported on the spot. In Japan, well, you get detained with no court date, no media coverage, just gone. And in Singapore, they'll just deport you and then they'll cane you. Remember those bamboo canes? Yeah, they'll get you with those as well. And in Australia, they'll ship you off to some island and then probably just forget your name. But here in the good old US of A, we protest ICE, burn flags, block highways, tear up people's businesses, and somehow we're the ones with the bad reputation? And that's exactly why I told my granddaughter, listen, sweetheart, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear until you get the receipts. I ain't even lying, guys. When I said this was a conspiracy theorist, I ain't lying. A lightning bolt just went like crazy outside. But I'm just going to blame that on the Florida weather. You know, it rains every day in Florida. A bit of lightning, thunder goes away. We can go to the beach and all is well. So maybe God ain't trying to tell me not to do this video. I've had my issues with YouTube, so maybe it was a sign, or maybe God was like, girl, they're going to get you again. Either way, listen, guys, if it walks like a setup, talks like a setup, and causes just enough chaos to shift an entire culture, then maybe, just maybe, it ain't just a coincidence. So now, let's get into why I call this a civil war, the Civil War 2.0. Well, don't need bullets. It's got budget cuts, lawfare, TikTok, and paid protesters. That's my opinion. The enemy isn't wearing red or blue, it's hiding behind flags, tweets, and free money. And this time, it ain't about slavery, guys. It's about sovereignty. Who gets to decide what America even is anymore? So, in short, guys, maybe it's not the Civil War that we recognize. It's the one we won't recognize until it's too late. Now, this war is slower, smarter, and dirtier. It doesn't need to kill the body, it just needs to erase the soul of the country. Because, baby, what we're watching ain't no protest, y'all. It's a full on Trojan protest. People out here throwing bricks, setting fires, blocking highways, but they ain't marching for justice. They're marching for confusion. And it's working apparently because chaos is profitable now, apparently. Now, bricks showing up like Amazon Prime deliveries, foreign flags waving higher than the stars and stripes, folks fighting the same law enforcement that's supposed to protect them, all while demanding rights in a country they ain't even loyal to. And here's the kicker, some of them are getting paid. That's my opinion, okay? And I'm sticking to it. Yes, paid characters, crisis actors with Wi Fi, okay? Out there performing outrage like it's a role that they auditioned for. And like I said, it's just my opinion. But there has to be some ops behind this all, right? It's bigger than what we think it is. The orchestrators, the planners, the shadow handlers, they're not just stirring the pot, they own the kitchen. So somebody out there has money that is pursuing a complete Civil War 2.0 to throw off the entire vibe that we have to get things in line regarding immigration. Now, that's my opinion. Now, they know if they can flood the system with enough noise, enough protests, and enough pressure, then they don't have to change the Constitution Get this, guys. They just changed the culture. Because when the culture changes, the laws follow. And that's how you take over a country without even firing a shot. So this ain't about immigration, it's about invasion. It's not about unity, it's about control. And the scariest part, we're letting it happen right out in the open. So, welcome to Civil War 2.0, baby. They're already inside the gates. So, let me put you guys on game and give you this intel that no one really wants to talk about. A few people are, but this type of truth makes people so uncomfortable. But the truth is, this is nothing new, guys. This happened under the last 4 or 5 presidents. Let's just go in that particular span of time. And yes, I mean all of them. Ronald Reagan, for instance, look it up. Ronald Reagan, he deported over 2 million illegal immigrants. Clinton, as quiet as it's kept, that man deported over 12 million during his 2 terms. And I know Clinton was gangster, and so that's why people pretty much left him alone. I get it, but it's 12 million. George Bush, somewhere around 10 million illegal immigrants. Obama, the perfect gentleman, beloved Barack, yeah, he broke records with about 3 million or so deportations for illegal immigrants. And President Donald Trump, well, somewhere over 2 million ish, somewhere just behind, former President Barack Obama. Biden, a whole bunch of them, and the numbers are still rising. So, what's really going on here? Why is everyone acting like this all started with the Trump administration, like he invented immigration enforcement in his garage? That's exactly why we have to stop being emotional, and especially Black people. And yeah, I'm Black, so I can say it. I said it, like the young lady on TikTok said. Yeah, I said it. I ain't taking it back, and I ain't scared because I'm too old to get a whooping. That's right, I said it. Stop being emotional. People can say one word to us as Black people: racism. He's racist. They forget all about the racist things that Clinton has said, and his wife, well, she was the president. They forget all about the things, especially Biden, the things that he said. And y'all can get mad all y'all want to, but let me put y'all on this right here. Miss Kamala Harris, the fact that every one of her paid, speakers and entertainers were booty shaking people, do you don't think that's racist? Absolutely it is, because that's how she see y'all, and she think that's what you guys can relate to. And that's why she keeps talking about the stupid collard greens that no Black people wash in the bathtub, by the way, because that's what she believe you guys can relate to. So if you get mad, you need to get mad with her, because she's the one brought the intellect all the way down to where she thought you guys could relate to. Otherwise, she would have been talking, in an intellectual manner, and she didn't. So in my opinion, that's like low-key racism as well. Okay. So I think, in short, Trump, Biden, Clinton, Reagan, Obama, all of them have issues. And they have all said or done something that I think can be translated as to being a form of racism. And that's just the truth. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. And so the long and short of it, guys, is there's been millions of illegal immigrants deported under all of the last 4 or 5, and I'm sure even before then, administrations. So please, we have to stop acting like this is something new. We're dealing with people, human beings with heartbeats and families. So we do have to proceed with caution and make sure we're accurate in our investigations and these deportations. Translation: come in legally, guys. Then we got you. But you can't break into a country, start breaking laws, and blow stuff up and cry foul when the spotlight turns back on you. You wouldn't get away with that in your own country. So what's the play here, guys? Seriously. This is why I think some of these people, most of these people, have to be paid actors. Because who comes into a country that they say they want to live in and then trash it on camera nonetheless, and then act like it's a badge of honor? All of these businesses, what do you think is going to happen? That's a loss. Okay. Insurance companies going to surcharge these companies. Okay. There's a loss of revenue all across the board. So what do we get away with? Nothing. As Americans, I can't do nothing. I told you guys on the last video, I can't even go 3 miles, 4 miles over the speed limit for some zealous police officer who needs to make his or her quota pulling a sister over. So how is it that we can't even get a break on anything, and people can break in, do what they want, and you guys seem like you're scared? So we're going to need you to take care of this mess, President Trump. Please do, and do it quickly, pronto, because apparently they're planning something on the 14th to shut it all down, really, and to get their way and to enforce their will. And we're not going to have that, sir, because we need this cleaned up. So this ain't about immigration. It's about an invasion. It ain't about unity. It's about control. And the scariest part, we're letting it happen right out in the open. Welcome to Civil War 2.0. And baby, like I said before, they're already inside the gates. So, as always, guys, thank you for tuning in to Southern Confidential. And if you haven't already, take a moment to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I will see you next time.